All right, and welcome to Fast Break Breakfast NBA podcast. My name is Keith Parrish, and I'm here once again with my buddy through the miracle of computer phone. I'm here with Dave DeFore. Dave, how are you?
Fantastic.
Looking very good in a seriously how's it goink Fast Break Breakfast t-shirt. Dave, we're also joined by very special guest, original host and creator of the Fast Break Breakfast podcast, here for the 12th time, the 12th year in a row for Over-Unders, Jon Burr.
The chef de cuisine. I got a sitter for this, folks.
I feel bad for anyone not watching on YouTube, and I know there aren't many of you because this transition to video did not work for our old man podcast. I feel like our listeners are older.
Yes.
And they just never made that transition to YouTube. We were late. We hated doing it. We were like Zach Lowe. We refused. Mm-hmm. We're like Mark Maron. Mark Maron quit podcasting rather than put anything on YouTube. Good job, Mark Maron.
Is that true? Is that why he quit?
I don't know. But I do know he quit.
What am I going to just do this every day forever?
He did it for 16 years, and he said, "I'm good." And he also, never wanted to do it on video.
I think he'll be back as soon as like any guitarist wants to be interviewed. I think, or
as soon as Spotify's like, "We'd like to buy your catalog for $300 million. We have to give you Bill
I feel
Simmons
like if
money."
I was the most prominent like lib podcaster, and I was receiving some amount of money, but then the most prominent conservative podcaster got $200 million, I would feel pretty bad too. I might hang it up as well.
Jon, what have you been doing for the last year that people want to know?
It feels like nothing at all.
Okay.
I've been watching from the lurking from the shadows. I'll tell you what I haven't been doing as much of, which is watching basketball through some confluence of not only events in my life, but also events in John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane's life. I just don't watch it as often.
Do you have an Orlando Magic Bane jersey yet?
But when we get to the Orlando Magic, you will feel my scorn, because I'm going to attempt to alter the time space continuum.
So most people know, or the listeners who have been with us for a while, I mean, we started the show together with our buddy Chuck, and it was largely based out of your unbelievable passion for the NBA, your obsession with the NBA. And I love the fact that once you decided, listen, I don't have time for this podcast. This is ridiculous. And I'm like, that makes sense because it's ridiculous. And it does seem like in the last year, you text me every now and then. You're like, I haven't been going on. Why is this happening? Or I haven't been following so-and-so. So I'm amazed that you actually were able to unplug. I keep thinking, what happens if I quit? I assume I'll still watch rabidly, but maybe I would decide to fill my time with something else.
Honestly,
go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
I don't know, man. It's tough. When I left pro wrestling, I left it. When I left pro wrestling, I left, and Dave, I never really.
I have no doubts. When you're not paid to podcast about the NBA, I have zero doubts that you will not watch. That is not confusing to me. But I knew Jon in the pure state when we were just like, I am crazy for Chris Middleton. And I just met a guy at this show in Nashville who also loves Chris Middleton. Like we were just the sickos in the purest sense.
Yes. It definitely is the reason Keith and I are friends, is purely hoops fandom, because you'll meet musicians who will play basketball, but first of all, they're all terrible, and second of all, they don't watch the NBA. But for me, in the chicken or the egg scenario, as it turns out, it was the chicken that we birthed, the cock of the walk, Fast Break Breakfast, that was keeping me going. Although I will say, like, just in doing my hour of research that I did for this this podcast, I did feel the drip, the post-nasal cocaine drip of hoops fandom, where I was like, man, I could get back into this.
Did you watch the playoffs at all?
As soon as Jokic was out, as was I.
Wow. I mean, that's not a good standard, Dave, because there were years where I did the show where I would check out the later we got into the playoffs, where I was like, man, once the Hornets are done, I've lost interest. Once the garbage teams are totally gone.
My passion as a fan cuts both ways severely, where like as soon as like the Dort jaw assassination attempt.
Oh yeah.
Place,
the Dort undercutting jaw.
My hatred of the
common
Thunder
foul
is such where
they reviewed it. Common foul. Yeah.
That was as soon as no one was up to the challenge of defeating the Thunder, I certainly wasn't going to watch that happen.
Yeah.
The christening.
All right. So today's episode, it's the season premiere. This is season 12, episode 1 of Fast Break Breakfast. We will do our over-unders. We're going to do both conferences. Haven't done both conferences in one show in a real long time because it normally takes forever. So we've already done a good 5-6 minutes of small talk. Gonna have to cut into that and go speedily through all 30 teams, make some predictions, some observations, and hopefully if you choose to gamble, not saying you need to, but if that's the thing you do, hopefully we'll make you some money. Before we get into it, we should do our breakfasts. John, what have you been doing in the breakfast realm lately? Have you been in McGaw's Donuts in a while? Have you?
So I think I had my first McGaw's since the last time we did this.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes. Which I have to say, I always thought of McGaw's as like a more savory donut. Turns out if you don't have donuts for like a year, pretty damn sweet. And my body,
very sweet food.
And my body had like kind of a "Are you diabetic?" reaction to the amount of sugar that I put into it.
Yeah.
And I also I think that it turns out my old 3 donut order, that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. Because my body also got very upset. But I did go back to McGaw's and I was disheartened to say that it was not the same old crew.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, it's been a year. Those ladies maybe not be alive.
I mean, also it's hard. It's hard to keep your donut employees employed.
No one wants to work.
John, I should also say this is, and for everyone, for the listeners, this is the final Fast Break Breakfast episode that will be recorded in the dank baby dungeon. The
I was going to ask, is that the baby dungeon?
This is. I'm still at my old house. I currently have 2 properties because I'm doing a little overlap.
Aristocrat.
Yes, that's right. I'm the upper crust.
Land baron.
Welcome to the gentry.
So 10 days ago, we closed on our home purchase. We also closed on our home sale. We had to sell our house to buy our new house, as is the case with most people. I think all realtors might make the joke, or all title attorneys. They were like, when you sign the thing closing your sale, they were like, well, now you're homeless. Before we did the next one, I'm like, all right, cool. But now, so we have this temporary residency. I'm in the current place. I've been moving all day. I've been moving for days. It's been very, very stressful, but I love the new house I'm going into. Got to get the podcast stuff set up there. But also, as far as it relates to breakfast, John, we're moving.
No breakfast.
No. We are currently, I sit a mile and a half from the very expensive donut shop where we've been to that place so many times in the last year that they now write special messages on our bags when we order. Every now and then they drop like a t-shirt or a coffee mug in there.
Wow.
But John, we're now 1.5 miles and I'm moving at about 0.8 of a mile closer. So I'm going to be less than half a mile from the very expensive donut store.
Walkable?
So that's, it's now walkable. I mean, 1.5 miles is walkable, but no one wants to walk 1.5 miles to pick up a donut. Like before you've had your coffee in there. At least I don't. That's not my thing.
Walk with the coffee.
I mean,
you're talking to Kung Fu Kane over here who walks the earth.
Well, also, so Dave,
I think
I walk my dog to get donuts. I've got a little donut shop around the corner.
There are exactly 60 walkable, beautiful weather days in Tennessee.
Right.
Like, you don't want to, if it's cold or if it's sweltering hot, I'm not walking to get my donut. That feels horrible. But now I feel like 0.7 of a mile. That does feel very easy.
Did you get a donut today?
No, I haven't moved yet. No. Today, so everything is crazy. We closed on the home sale and purchase. Then we went on fall break like you do. We went to the beach with my in-laws because that was already on the docket before we got our house sold. Like, we didn't choose necessarily to move on the first day of the NBA season, but that's what we're doing. There's a watch party at Nobles East in Nashville on Wednesday night for the Grizzlies' first game. The movers are moving all my furniture that day. So, like, it's a lot going on.
Keith and I are on the same menstrual cycle. I also went on fall break.
There you
went
go.
Went to the beach. Just got back. I'm in the process of moving stuff all over the place as well because I don't have my first watch party, but I have like I started like a mobile video store with some friends.
Yeah, you did.
And we have like it's Halloween, which is now, like being in a band, is now the worst time of the year because I actually have to do anything and everything on all times. And the NBA season is happening, and I can't get anyone to watch the game with me, Keith. So I think I may come to the watch party.
Man, I would love it if you come to the watch party. Normally, most people who know John know he goes to Nobles East to watch the Grizzlies play, except on watch party days. The watch is too much. There's too many people.
Watch parties are very overwhelming.
Yeah. Anyways,
it is to me the worst way to watch a basketball game.
If
like,
you're,
I can never tell what is happening.
If you're anywhere near Nashville, Tennessee, come to Nobles East on Wednesday night. We got $1 off Yazoo drafts. So come to Nobles. I'll be giving away a bunch of prizes this Wednesday at 7:00. No, but everything's hectic.
Jock Landale sweaters.
Everything is super hectic. And my wife, we were all riding together because I was picking my car up, which was at the new house. She's taking the kids to school. I had the to-go coffee. I leave it in my wife's car, so I don't have to-go coffee. So I took a break from work to run over to a Brugger's Bagels. I got an iced coffee from there. Horrific. Absolutely disgusting. One of the worst things I've ever had. I'm gonna insult numerous companies today. Number one, Brugger's Bagel. Iced coffee was horrible. Wow. Anyways, Dave, did you have a breakfast or should we jump straight into the
No, I did. I've turned a new leaf on the days I'm doing the show. I'm trying to think more like Keith with my breakfast. I'm tired of getting roasted for the oatmeal. But I made I had some leftover sushi rice. I made some homemade poke bowls.
Nice.
Last night. So this morning, I heated that up, a little bit like fried rice, but not quite. Just heated it up. No oil or anything like that. Added some nori, threw a fried egg on top.
And then at the very end, just a kiss of oatmeal. Just a touch.
No, I skipped the oatmeal and I went with, little Keith leftover rice.
There you go. That's perfect. Nice umami flavor with that.
Yeah, it was good.
That's the
furikake.
I mean, that honestly, that was a Chuck Anderson initial host shout out. That was a very Chuck breakfast you just gave us, Dave. This today's episode definitely for the.
I can give a Chuck date.
Yeah, what's the Chuck date?
Is a therapist of some kind and is married.
That's incredible. Way to go, Chuck. After our breakfasts, we move to our breakfast in bed. Apologies. This, of course, is the first time we talk about the NBA, and it's my chance to make right what I might have gotten wrong on a previous episode, or just maybe a misstep I've taken in my life. And I would like to apologize to all the Patreon supporters for once again having to use Fantrax, the fantasy company Fantrax. I get that they're trying hard to provide a service for true sickos, but man, they dropped the ball, and I hate that company. They don't ever get things right. They made a serious mistake for our negative fantasy draft this week. Like, we're going in there, I'm looking at it again. I'm at the beach, and I have all these fantasy things going on. I'm trying to get all the leagues going for the Patreon supporters. I mean, honestly, I had a horrible fantasy basketball weekend. Everything else is going good. I had a horrible fantasy basketball weekend, largely because of Fantrax. So while I'm at the beach, I'm still tracking down all the Patreon supporters. I made a joke in the Slack. The most stressful life events. Actually, John, you should weigh in on this. Someone in the Slack said buying and selling a home more stressful than having a child. And I was like, no, that's ridiculous. For me, having my wife have a baby was the most nightmare things ever happened in my whole life. The stress was off the charts. Home buying doesn't register. But what are your thoughts, John?
Does not register. Not close.
Yeah. Okay. So the baby's
I don't
first.
have any kids, but I've bought a few houses, and
Yeah,
I don't even remember anything about any home purchases.
Okay.
The birth of my child's still the most traumatic event ever.
Yeah. So I was
I've had puppies that were worse than buying a house.
There you go. So I was like, no, there's no comparison, but it is still very stressful. Lots of stuff going on with because like whatever, this contingent sale, it was a lot. But I'm like, no, that's bad. And almost as bad is trying to track down all of these fantasy basketball players who signed up for Patreon with one email. They might be involved in our Slack channel with a totally different name. And so just trying to figure out, it was really hard. So anyways, I'm organizing the league. We have 40 people in there, and I'm looking at the scoring system for our draft, and it's totally destroyed. Like all the players are wrong. And it's like every player had a negative fantasy score, which meant you couldn't sort it by anything. And they have like 700 or 800 players in the player pool because they have like all kinds of free agents, which again, credit them for having every player, I guess. But the points were unusable. Digging through it, I figured out the reason the points were unusable is because our league uses minutes for scoring, and the minutes projections were set for 0 for every single player. So it's basically unusable. So I hit up the support for this premium league that we pay for, and I'm like, hey, your projections are off. The minutes things aren't there. And this is on Wednesday. I'm like, all right, we got to draft on Saturday. Things are broken. Can you please help? And on Thursday, someone writes back. I was like, what's the problem? Can you be more specific? I said, yes, I figured it out. Your minutes projections are all set at 0. They're not supposed to be at 0. You've projected out every single stat. Like, again, give them credit, but this thing is wrong. This is the 8th time we've done the draft here. We didn't change anything with the scoring system. The minutes thing is 0. Please, I have a draft in like 36 hours. Could you fix this? No response for it. It ended up being 30 hours. No response at all. I'm hitting up like Locked On Fantasy Basketball. That guy, but like, hey, you have a higher up to email? He's like, yeah, I'll give you. He's like, tell him I gave you the email. So I do, and I'm like, so I'm emailing higher up. I'm like, listen, your stat projections are broken on the site. We have to, because our dynasty league is on Fantrax too, and it's like the stat projections. We don't use minutes. Again, I grant you, normal people don't use minutes for their scoring system, but it's like the thing that holds the cake together. It's the one ingredient that makes the point system work. And I was like, hey, the point system is broken. And I'm like hitting up on social media, and they're like, we're the social media table. We'll give a bump. But I'm like, just fix the stats, the minutes thing. So it never gets fixed. So we do the draft. We had one person rage quit Patreon over it.
Name names. I gotta know.
No. The draft was a disaster. I mean, I give credit to the awesome Patreon supporters who did the best with it. Like they were like, all right, we can sort it by last year's points. So we'll still try to figure that out. But all the projections were just wrong. And it made the whole draft system terrible. And they write back after they finally, again, 36 hours pass. They have a phone number to call. If no one's answered your ticket or it's been 24 hours, no one ever answered the phone, obviously. They say you could leave a message. They'll get back within a few days. After the draft, they write back. They're like, oh, yeah, so if you don't see any stats there, that's not a stat we project. And I'm like, that first of all, it's false. We've done this 7 years. It's always been there. Also, you project the minutes for each player and you project the games play for each player. Multiply those two things together. It's done. I'm like, so you didn't do it. So obviously, John, I asked for a refund. Right. I mean, you charged me money. You didn't respond. I charged for a refund. So when I told them your stat site is broken, every minute's projection is set to 0. It took them 30 hours to respond and say nothing. When I said I want a refund, how long? How long for a response?
17 minutes.
Yeah. It was like 12 or 14. Yeah. Like, so I wrote back and I'm like, you responded in 15 minutes to this email, but didn't respond in 30 hours. And the draft passed after our draft. They're like, yeah. And so now, the stats are fixed. Like they fixed the stats of Sunday night. So there's minutes projections for everybody. They multiplied those two columns together. There's no longer a big empty 0 column.
So do you redo the 40-person 8-time zone?
I say, honestly, draft? Should we redo the draft? We have time. The season doesn't start for another 36 hours as we record right now.
If it helps serve as a soothing salve
to
that one Patreon supporter who left, I will rejoin the iShop League if he will rejoin the Patreon.
If I can see if
I think I've been out for a couple of years, maybe just this year. I'll rejoin.
Yeah, I couldn't listen. I understand that errors occur, but I specifically spelled out what your error was, and no one gets back to you, and then you fix the error. But not like there's, you know me, John, to act like there's not an error, to act like no error occurred.
Just so we're clear, I am on the Fantrax employees side.
Right. I knew you would be.
It's hard out there. Who wants to do that job? No one.
It is hard out there. I mean,
if I got an email from Keith about this, I also would not respond.
Here's the thing.
Until my boss was on blind carbon copy.
Was the first email over the weekend though?
No, it was Wednesday. I started Wednesday and then Thursday and then Friday.
Okay.
Every time, it was hump day for them.
That's the
every time being, hey, we have a 40-person draft on Saturday, and this stat's messed up. We need immediate help, please. I don't know. I feel like I go super, super friendly about 3-4 in, and then after that, it turns for me, and
3 to 4 in. Oof.
Yeah. I mean, basically,
don't never let him say that he doesn't work for you, folks.
Basically, until the draft passed, once the draft was over, then it became listen, you guys screwed up, and how in the world could you not get back to me? At least
this only seems 1% better than Yahoo Fantasy, for the record.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're just begging.
I think Yahoo Fantasy still has Otto Porter Jr.
We're begging a fantasy provider out there to have a useful interface. And, the actual weird options we want.
Couldn't you just build one for free?
It seems like someone could.
Right.
But I don't know who. I'm desperately asking. Also, another terrible thing that happened to me, John, and I'm actually, so Dave, you're not huge into fantasy. So that's why I'm asking John, who specifically is huge into fantasy. He is also
hugely me in this biz.
John is hugely competitive also.
Afraid so.
But you also have you have both of us, John, have a contrarianism-ish streak, or just we like to maybe think of ourselves as being
syndrome
unique people or something. But anyways, I would like to get the etiquette here. So all of these fantasy drafts are leading up to the one league I actually care about, which is the league that I play for money with some friends, and it's the one where I'm I want to win that league. That's the league I mainly care about. So the Fantrax draft went horribly because it was just a disaster with the projections. The actual normal head-to-head league with listeners on Saturday went amazing. Crushed it. Couldn't be happier with my team. But I'm all waiting for the Sunday draft where this is the league I care about. It's also on ESPN. I'm moving all day Sunday. I have it just scheduled. All right. I think 4:00 draft. So it turns out time zone miscommunication for me. Everybody else in the draft, I think I'm the only Central Time person. There's a lot of weird things that contributed to me missing my draft. So I am moving all day in and out. The whole day I'm thinking, all right, I got to get home. 4:00 is my fantasy draft, the one I care about. At 3:20, I text something to the group text about Trey Murphy's keeper price from last year. Get a response, but nothing else. So I get home, I open the draft at 3:45 and I don't know how to describe that nightmare of pulling up the draft and seeing that your team has been auto drafted and it's done. I had Trey Young for $70. I had Kevin Porter Jr. for $10, $12. And I've been prepping for this draft. I had my keepers in. I was so ready to get all the guys I wanted, and just seeing this being I can't believe I missed it. But here's Dave weigh in too. Here's where I was I've done so many fantasy drafts this year, and I've done so many fantasy drafts in my life, especially one where I've been in for years. I've never started a draft where someone was not in the draft room, where people weren't hey, where's Dave? And then text Dave, hey, Dave, the draft's happening. Are you good? I didn't get a single heads up. I won this league last year.
Wow.
We have a group chat.
Ooh.
At 3:00, no one's hey, Keith,
there's a Reddit. There's a Reddit theme, a Reddit. Am I the
right?
Is that There's like
so like I like also it's because I I'm still going with I have a new phone from a year ago. I still haven't put the ESPN Fantasy app on my phone. It's all these weird things where like that would have alerted me that the draft was going. There was like a Google Meet that the league was doing, but I wasn't doing it because I was moving. And like it started at like 3, and I was like, they're just hanging out early. These college buddies want to talk, like again, there were numerous things that like weirdly aberrational things that like led me to missing this. But I was like, not a single person in the thing was like, hey, where's Keith?
So Keith.
Yeah.
I also had a draft on Sunday.
Yeah.
I also missed it.
Yeah.
They stopped the draft and moved the draft.
Wow.
Because I wasn't there.
I am very accustomed to I'm talking
real
like
friends.
You pause the draft and you're like, hey, where is everybody? Like for our fantasy football league that's been going for 20 years, we had a guy, we paused the draft for 10 minutes. Everyone texted him. And then it was like, we waited like 10 minutes. And this guy just got engaged like a month ago. We're like, what? I guess he's done. He's out.
You said earlier, these are your friends. These must be internet friends.
These are air quote friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like I only think,
and that's the difference. This is a teachable thing. It's not that, and I as much as I wanted Doug to be like, it's because of you, Keith. This just kind of shows you the difference between the different types of friends.
I'll just say the number of times I've emailed a Patreon stranger and been like, hey, the draft is in an hour. Just like, I don't know. Honestly, I get it. Also, we're older.
Like collusion.
Actually, maybe this is fear because I'm a fish. They want me in the league. They want my money. This is fear.
Is the group chat from the draft public?
You need to know about the other group chat that you're
not. No.
Right.
So it's only one person in the league has my actual cell phone number, but it's a group me is the other one. But like the group me was again silent. No. And again, the commissioner reached out and apologized because he legitimately was like, he felt really bad. And I understand it. We're all older. I'm in my 40s. Like everyone everyone in the league has like probably kids and things. Maybe I don't really know, but it's like, I understand this. Like you turn on the draft. Hey, like he said, like multiple people weren't there and he just thought there was a conflict that rose up, but I don't know. I feel like I'm one of the more active people in the league. Again, almost always make the playoffs, multiple time champion in this league. I was like, you guys thought I was auto drafting? Like, I don't know. But then like the good part of it was the draft ended like 20 minutes after I got there. So I had a whole free hour to keep moving, but like it shook me up, John. I mean, Dave too. Like, I'm like, still not okay.
Are they going to make this up to you somehow?
Like, there's nothing you can do. What can you do?
Maybe double first waiver.
That's not fair to anybody.
I don't know.
I mean, again, I opened it up and saw my team had Andrew Wiggins, and I was like, in a categories league. And yeah, I was just sat there and I'm like, there's nothing you can't back it up. You can't redo. There's nothing you can do.
You have to find a way to win.
So part of me wants to do the Luka losing weight thing.
Yes.
It's going to be impossible.
You get on that Ozempic right now.
Some dude has like Wemby and Dyson Daniels keepers, for not like, there's like nothing. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what Chuck would do. Chuck would quit.
Dude, I feel like quitting, but it's like you've been in this league for 8 years and you're like, this is my dynasty team. I feel good about it. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to play. Also, we were talking about raising dues this year to play for more money. And I'm like, heck yeah.
You can't do that.
But now I'm like, no. I'm like, what are you kidding?
You're the James Dolan.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm going to, you're good luck getting my keeper due this year. Anyways, I had a rough weekend, guys. Beyond all the excitement of, I guess the basketball starting. Wow. Is that an intro? We're 29 in.
Pretty good.
Let's take a break. A huge thank you. Just the biggest hug to all the Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. If you guys want to get involved with that, there was a bonus episode came out on Saturday. Of course, we have this Slack channel. It's going to be a lot of fun to be in there during the NBA season. Of course, it starts tomorrow. We're recording this Monday, late afternoon. If you want to support this show, patreon.com/Fastbreak Breakfast. All right. I had to take a little break, get a little water, a LaCroix, take a little walk around the basement for the last time. The over-under's gone, guys. The way we used to do this was, John, you would bring me the numbers. I would come up with my win totals and then we would compare the notes. Now what I've done I mean, first of all, I didn't even know you were showing up, so this is great. This was the excitement. Glad you could be here. I came up with my win totals before looking at like the actual Vegas numbers, so I still had a little bit of shock in there. But we're just
don't know. I don't know the totals.
So you don't know the totals.
Live.
So
I don't either.
I took the totals from our old friends bleepedout.ag casino. Still rolling. That's how we took it from there a lot. They did not have a line for the Kings for whatever reason. Russell Westbrook nervousness, Keegan Murray injury. I went to FanDuel for that one. But I have the lines here. I think we're gonna go alphabetically, and we're just gonna pick the highers or lowers. And of course, we've done this for 11 years. I need to let you know how we've done. Well, actually, just last year. So last year, Dave, was your first year doing it officially, and you went 18-12. Nice work.
Well done.
Hey, all right.
That's a 60% winning percentage, which makes you number one in the history of this show.
That's disgusting.
I'll take it.
Last year I won. I was 19-11 just for the single year. Honestly, a rare win for me. For me. Normally I crush the West and do horrible at the East, which is sort of my
makes sense.
Yeah, it exposes how I'm an East fraud. I don't watch the Eastern Conference.
Why would you?
Where were our differences last year?
He'll get to
what teams? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Dave, there isn't really time for a give and take feedback question on this show today. No, I'm kidding. I'll actually we can go over the differences.
We just did 29 minutes.
I know.
Yeah. Keith's Yelp reviews.
Brugers.
John, I think you had the worst year of your life. It might be because you
I don't watch anymore.
fundraising in Yemen. Have you run into Mike Lombardi in Saudi Arabia raising money?
So that's interesting.
I knew I was close.
I am almost certain that I will cross paths with Mike Lombardi in December.
Now we're talking
in the UAE.
Now we're talking. If you want to know more about John, he has his own Patreon, hopefully. John, you were 16-14 last year. Your all-time record, 187.
That's so bad.
187, 134, and 3. That's a 58.3% win percentage. You're 3 games better than me. All-time, I'm 184, 137, and 3. That's a 57% win percentage. John, as you always say, that just means we're losing to the VIG. If we're not hitting that 60%. But the good news, as I always say,
still marks.
The good news is when we put our heads together. When we've been doing this show, if you go with what 2/3 of the people say, last year, the 2/3, we matched Dave's 18-12. If you go with what 2/3 of the people say, throughout the history of the show, we have a 63.4% win percentage. That's 196, 113, and 3. And when we all agree, last year I felt bad. It felt like groupthink. We were unanimous on 15 of the 30 teams. But we went 10-5 on those 15 picks. That's a 67% win percentage. That's awesome. In the history of this show on unanimous picks, 94, 45, and 2. That is a 67.6% win percentage. Now we're making money. All right. So we can get into it. Finally, I have these laid out alphabetically. And also, oh, by the way, I did not think, John, you're going to be here, so I asked the Patreon supporters. So we have a 4th point of information to use if we want it. I don't know what we're going to do with it.
I think we did that last year too, right?
We did it 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Anyways, the Atlanta Hawks. John, can you tell me how many games you think the Hawks are going to win?
I have the Hawks winning 49 games.
You've always been the Hawks whisperer. You grew up a Hawks fan. So I
almost wore a Hawks jacket.
You are in on the Hawks optimism.
Yeah. I feel like the Hawks are filled with not only fun and exciting players, but they've actually added some players who can play defense. Yeah. And then I think potentially their best player may, he only played, I'm of course referring to Jalen Johnson, not Trae Young.
Right.
But he might actually play the whole year. So I think, but I will admit, like, I couldn't be, this is the most excited I've been about the Hawks since I was a, season ticket holding fan as a kid.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels is everything I want out of a basketball player. He reminds me of the players I fell in love with as a kid. And then I think Kristaps, even if they only get like, half a season out of him or whatever you get out of Kristaps, is a game-changing defensive player for them. And just not having guys like Clint Capella mucking up the works.
Yeah.
Like I just the Hawks. I'm ready to have my soul crushed when they somehow muck this up. But I think I even felt I was being kind of conservative. Like I feel like the Hawks could win more games than that. Like I really wanted to be like the Hawks are going to be better than the Knicks. Slap it down, But I didn't have the balls for that.
So John, your 49 wins is a healthy over. Whoa. I picked the Hawks.
Not surprised.
I picked the Hawks. I'm more of a Hawks doubter because I don't trust necessarily that Jalen Johnson and Porzingis are going to be there the whole season. And I
think even if they're not, the Hawks. The Hawks can win this game with the guys they had last year.
They were a successful team last year. I mean, they were right around 500,
47 wins or something like that.
Yeah. I don't think they were that rich. But I had them at 45 wins, which is an under. The line is 46.5. So John, you're over. I'm under. Dave, how do you feel? Over or under 46.5 wins?
I'm at 47 wins.
Oh, all right.
I think you're going to be in the mix for that, 3, 4, 5, right? Like depending on where things break for them.
Yeah. I have them. I like to tell people I have them as the 5th seed in the East with only 45 wins. The one thing I didn't do maybe enough research on this year is figure out exactly how many times all these teams play the Wizards and Nets and Hornets. Like every now and then you're like, oh man, the Hawks only get to play the Nets and Wizards 3 times each. Yeah.
I will say this. I feel like I do have somewhat of an advantage when maybe not an advantage. Maybe it's too much information. The 2 teams that I always am familiar with the schedule on are the Grizzlies and the Hawks. And it definitely influenced my win totals, particularly. I mean, the Grizzlies opening schedule is, thank God, one of the most delightfully easy paths you'll see in a while. So, and I feel like the Hawks, the schedule gods were kind as well. So, but I mean, are you guys not excited? You don't look at this Hawks team and get excited with the additions? Like to me,
I don't know. I like
verify, right?
I like Dyson Daniels and I like Jalen Johnson and this Porzingis, but there's not. I mean, what else? Is there something else I'm supposed to be getting?
That's enough for me.
I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker he's a guy I feel like people get too hyped about.
Yeah,
I like him fine.
Too hyped about him.
Okay. All right. So we're 2/3 over. I'm the only holdout under. Our listeners, it's not overwhelming. 57% over. That's just for fun. I can't keep track of the 4-way. That ruins our whole 2/3 thing. Maybe I'll include them on a unanimous. Anyway, all right. The Boston Celtics are a weird team because of their injury issues, their lack of a front court, a lot of Nehemias Queta dependence, it feels like. Also, there's the thought that Tatum could return, but also there's the thought they might, as a front office, take this as a gap year. Because of that, they're really hard to figure out. I plopped them down at 500. John, what do you feel? What did you feel about their win total?
I have them at 45.
So you're very optimistic. I'm telling you right now, Dave, what do you think?
Got them at 42 wins.
Well, all right. So the number is 41.5, meaning I am the slightest of unders. Dave is the slightest of overs. John, healthily over. I don't love it, but I think that checks out. I mean, I'll say looking at all the teams, there's like 5 teams where you're like, these teams are awesome, but we're just going to quibble over how many wins they actually get. There's obviously the handful of teams that are just bad. There's a clump of teams where you're like, we're going to win 35 games. What's it going to be? Is it going to be 36, 37, 34? Who knows? But then there's these like just total black box teams. That's what this is for me. I don't know what it's going to be. Is there any more y'all want to weigh in on this? I mean,
the thing is, they could get an offer. I mean, think about Desmond Bane getting moved, right?
Yep.
Out of nowhere. They could get an offer for Derek White.
Yeah.
That's as good. if not better. You know, I mean, Fred VanVleet being out for Houston. I mean, Houston's kind of pushing their chips in right now, right? Like,
yeah.
Let me know if this logic exercise I had while I was thinking about the Celtics checks out or not. So I actually was like, if Jaylen Brown and Derek White are on the table, do they play them more or less?
Or like that's the Anthony Simons. Do they play Anthony Simons 40 minutes a game early on to showcase him?
Yeah, like, or do you play him? If it's a gap year, these guys you start shutting guys down, and that's also really bad.
They're going to get out of the luxury tax, right?
Jaylen Brown is going to play a bunch, and they're going to win every game where Jaylen Brown plays a bunch. Like, I did not want to be so. If I was trying to game the system, I would have preferred to have been an under on the Celtics because of the chance that this is a gap year. However, I was unfamiliar with the number, and I was like, man, they might win 45 on accident because they're just very talented compared to the rest of the East. I feel like, even with like Neemias Queta and Boucher standing in the corner, I still feel like this team. This is a team that made the Luke Cornett seem essential to me. For them, a gap year for the Celtics is probably 45.
They still have to get out of the tax, though.
Yeah, that's where I'm confused. Like, are they just going to dump Sam Hauser or somebody? All right. 2/3 over for the Celtics. I've been the only holdout under for each team so far. Speaking of talent,
will probably continue.
Next up, the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets have the most horrifying collection of talent, it seems like, on their roster. Their best player is Michael Porter Jr. I hate this team. I don't want to watch this team. I am curious which one of these rookie point guards do I need to pick up to try to win this fantasy league where I got screwed in the draft? Who's going to get the minutes and the stats?
Blue Jeans Igor Dinyum or whatever.
Why don't you guys guess what you think their over-under is? Dave, what do you think their over-under is?
19.
All right, what do you think, John?
21.5.
John nailed it, the veteran gambler. It's 21.5, which I don't know.
I'm under.
Yeah,
significantly.
I'm under.
I still think I'm under. I think it's one of the worst collections of I mean, Jordi Fernandez can only get him to hustle so much. And this team,
and like Jordi Fernandez they're not required. This is his gap year.
their over under last year was 19.5 and they burned us. Dave, you got them right with the over based on your Jordi Fernandez love. But I think Vegas has adjusted to 21.5 and no, I don't think they're getting there. I'm taking the under. So that's a unanimous under.
Yeah, I'm 18 wins.
I'm at 19.
Yeah, that's just horrifying.
I just assume I've been right on the number.
Yeah. All right. So a unanimous under there. The listeners, 71% said under.
They took their only good player and swapped him for a really bad player.
The Charlotte Hornets. I'll be real. I had done my win totals before the Grizzlies gave up 145 to the Hornets in preseason. And even then, I'd put him at what I considered a very low number. I was like, oh, should I revise this number up? I put him at 31 wins and was like,
"Ooh, you're way over."
Yeah, and wow. I didn't know I was going to be way over. But it is way over. I don't know. You guys are right. It is the Vegas number's 25.5.
Oh my.
So that puts me at a massive over. I'm a massive over.
Yeah, I'm 20. I have 25 wins, so I'm slightly
I got 24
under.
wins for the Hornets.
This is incredible. I'm sticking with it.
I'm unsurprised because I think they're that bad at defense, and then I also think LaMelo Ball will never play many games.
Yeah.
I feel about LaMelo Ball how the universe feels about Ja.
I'm nervous to ask how the.
I just feel like anytime I bring up John Morant, everyone asks me, "Well, do you think he's going to play much?" And I'm like, I know he has had injuries, but some of those injuries were suspensions.
I did
not
pick
as sordid a history as LaMelo's. I believe
I did pick up Colin Sexton for $1, the maximum bid available to me. when I joined the
My
draft.
Hornets fans friends
under my hope,
Colin Sexton a lot.
Under my hope, LaMelo Ball wouldn't play very much. So that's my That's where I went there. All right.
Also, I am bitter because I took the Hornets to win this division, I think, last year. So
ooh. All right. The listeners are 61% over. 25.5 wins is so little.
They're
bad though.
Dude.
They don't have a center, man.
Con Knipple, Kalkbrenner. I believe in Kalkbrenner. Musa Diabate. He's fun. The East is so bad.
They tried to trade for Dalton Connect. They're bad at this.
They were getting rid of Mark Williams. They were getting first-round picks for that. All right. The Chicago Bulls. We are going alphabetical. We just haven't hit a Western Conference team yet because that's how the alphabet works.
We also didn't do the 76ers, who should have gone first because it's a number.
I'm doing alphabetical by city name.
Ah, got you.
Did that throw you off? We started with the Hawks, John.
I shouldn't have, but it did.
Chicago starts with a C. Chicago Bulls. This team lives in the play-in. I know they traded away Levine last year at the trade deadline. I don't feel like their talent took a hit. I actually believe in a Buzelis breakout. I'm tipping my hand here. I think Kobe White's a little banged up, apparently, though. That could be bad.
He's going to play opening night, though. He's going to play opening night.
But I think the Bulls are going to be in the fray in this like 9 through 13 in the West. I mean, in the East of having like in somewhere around mid 30s. I was a little surprised to see their over under was all the way down at 32.5. I put him at 36. So that made me a comfy over, even though I didn't think I was going to be. Dave, what do you think of that line 32.5 for the Bulls?
That feels low because like they don't have an incentive to lose.
Yep.
And I just feel like the baseline there, like for normal bad teams where you're not going to pull the plug at any point, feels like 33, 34 wins is kind of the floor.
Yeah.
If you have NBA players, so I've got them at, did you say 36?
I said 36 is what I had them written down.
Yeah, I have them at 36. Okay.
Yeah.
I have them at 36.
John, how do you feel about a 32.5 number for the Bulls? I mean, the Bulls stink, right?
I'm at 20. I'm at 27 wins.
Okay, so you agree with this? You just think? I mean, they're not going to willingly pull the plug.
I may be washed in this, and it may be like I was late to the Thunder party because I was like, when you don't have any veterans, it takes a while to learn to win, and maybe that's wrong. But like when I look at Josh Giddey and Matis Buzelis, I'm like, oh my God, this is not going to be good for a while.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm slow to the party, but like to me, like I feel like Levine and DeRozan, those types of players win more regular season games than the Giddies and Buzelises of the world. So I look at a team like the Bulls and I'm like, they're going to be pretty bad this year. But maybe I'm like, this is still a team that rolls out, the Pat Williamses of the like.
Not anymore. He's moved to the bench.
Players.
I think Okoro was a marginally better player than I don't know. This team has enough.
Getting excited.
No. This is not a team to get excited about. Also, there's no ripcord to pull to tank on the team.
Right.
No one they have has any value. So it's like
when other teams pull the cord at the end of the season, they're going to pick up wins against those tanking.
That's kind of how I feel. Billy Donovan is signed for forever. He's not going to win 25 games.
I totally get it when you're talking about like the Pelicans who are in a similar situation, but the Pelicans have lots of players I think are good. Like when you talk about the good Bulls players, you're talking about Josh Giddey, who I think kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So he's not good.
It's just like I don't see it. I don't see where the wins.
So 71% of our listeners said over.
Disconnected.
Dave and I was
God.
2/3 over on the Bulls. The Cavaliers, this is just going to be a high number. I have the Cavs as the 1 seed in the East, but only with 54 wins, which makes this an under because their number right now is 55.5. John, are you higher or lower? 55.5 for the Cavs.
59 wins for the Cavs.
There you go. You could see it. They could do it again easily. All right, over for you, Dave. What do you think?
I had them at 55. They were extremely healthy last year.
Healthy.
I also think like they have to experiment more this year. They're going to lose some games because they decide to close with Evan Mobley at the 5. You know what I mean? It's going to be stuff like that. They can't just go, we have to win every game because they need to know what they can and can't do come playoff time. It's kind of like the year Milwaukee won the title. this is what they did. You win fewer games in regular season. Yeah. I think they got to do that this year.
So you're going to stick with you were a half game. I don't mind if you want to change it, but you're sticking with your under. Yeah.
I'm sticking under.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, this is just you lost Ty Jerome. Come on now. He's the Grizzlies' best player.
No, DeAndre Hunter's better than Ty Jerome.
Max Strus is banged up. One of the other players is banged up right now. Just one of the rotation guys. Oh, Darius Garland, of course, not even mentioning him.
Darius Garland is
going to miss a month, maybe.
Is the argument for a lower win total. And also, like Dave said, they were really, that was a lot of games for Donovan Mitchell to play. And he played
68% of the Patreon supporters took the over, but we are 2/3 under. The first Western Conference team we get to alphabetically is the Dallas Mavericks. I've wrestled with this one. I have gone back and forth with my numbers in the West a lot. I do not consider myself locked in to any specific number. John, do you love it when I do that? My Mavericks.
Our long history of doing this show is taking any team to ever win 60 games ever, which is hilarious.
Honestly, I should go back and check and see how I've done. I never ever pick a high. Has that strategy worked for me? I honestly have no idea. It worked for my Celtics under last year, I think. Maybe not. The Mavericks, I'll go ahead and tell you, the Vegas line right now, the latest one is 41.5.
They have Luka Doncic.
I like this bit, John.
Keith was worried.
I like this bit. No, I knew you were going to
do it. That's incredibly high to me.
It is high, but they're so tall. 41.5.
Oh, I want to change mine now. I wanted to be over and I only have 40.
Yeah.
So I'm under. Damn. I won't change it. I never change it.
Okay. I was
under that.
I was at 41.
That's a lot.
I was at 41, but felt like I wanted to change it and go higher.
Yeah, Keith always changes, but no, I'll stay.
Yeah.
We're unanimous under.
Well, just
book it.
They have so many guys who are good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they fit quite right, but
right.
I do think maybe this new no guard thing that teams like the Rockets have announced.
The Rockets are doing
point flag.
Yeah, maybe it works. I don't see how the Grizzlies are going to score on the Rockets or the Mavericks, regardless of who plays.
Yeah, that's a good
so it makes me want to lean to take the over on the Mavericks because maybe I believe in that defense. But I guess I'll stick with it. I had 41, so that makes us unders.
Wow, I thought that it was going to be like 36.5, something like that.
So I think it's gone up throughout the summer. Our listeners, 60%.
I think we are begrudgingly coming to terms with the fact that Jason Kidd is good at this.
Yeah, and so if they made a trade where they sent, I don't know, Najee Marshall or Daniel Gafford or so, for just a guard, a guy who scored, if Klay Thompson could be traded for a guard, because he's now.
What if they could have, Colin Sexton's out there, right? Is Colin Sexton off the bench?
I don't know why they couldn't have gotten a Colin Sexton. There wasn't.
Spencer Dinwiddie's out there again.
I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie's a free agent.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm hoping he goes to Europe.
I think they've seen
Georgia.
enough of Spencer Dinwiddie.
He could be fun.
So
if he wouldn't play in EuroLeague.
I mean, I do fear that Jason Kidd is going to get this defense to be amazing, and it's going to burn us. And Cooper Flagg becomes some kind of transcendental superstar, play finisher, play connector. But I guess that's a unanimous under on the Mavs at 41.5. Next up, the Denver Nuggets. This is exciting, John. I'll tell you right now. I have the Nuggets second in the West. I'm not breaking any ground there. Everyone has them second in the West, basically behind the Thunder. But
let me guess at 51 wins.
I said you'd be proud of me. 54 wins, and that's an over.
Hey!
Their number's 53.5. I think getting Cam Johnson is going to do wonders for this team. I think Jonas Valanciunas is going to do wonders for this team whenever Jokic is off the court.
Yeah, imagine the Nuggets actually being even serviceable when Jokic isn't playing now.
Also,
that's revolutionary.
Dude, the contracts that got signed, I should have mentioned it when you talked about Dyson Daniels being one of your favorite guys. Reminds me of your childhood favorite guys. The Dyson Daniels number, that extension is incredible. Like we saw multiple guys who rule in basketball just get signed for $25 million. Like Christian Brown obviously benefits for playing with Jokic, but like they locked him down for 25 a year. You see Dyson Daniels, the Tumani Kamara contract looks amazing. Shadon Sharp, they're expecting him to be better. I'm less enthusiastic about that one, but when you see it in the totality of the Blazers contracts, when you add up like Denny Avdia, Kumara, and Shadon Sharp, you're like, those are some nice contracts.
You didn't say Keegan Murray?
Yeah, the Keegan Murray, not as much. Also, when you think about, Kevin Durant just took a massive pay cut. And we're looking at this NBA where some guys are going to start making $70 million who maybe aren't the game changer top 10 players in the NBA. It's wild. So all that to say, I think the Nuggets had a great offseason. And yeah, I'm taking the over. John, what's your over? What's your number?
I have 53.
So you're sticking with a slide under there.
That's 53 is an under?
Yep.
They've got him at 53.5.
53.5.
I guess so.
All right.
Wow.
Dave, how do you feel?
I got 55 wins.
There you go.
Feel
this team is going to crush.
Like I do not feel
you got to turn in your Jokic card.
At 53 is so many wins. I felt good about it.
72% of the listeners put the over on the Denver Nuggets. All right, next up, Detroit Pistons. They tripled their win total last season. I don't think they'll do that this year, but it does feel like a regret. Does it not feel like a regression candidate? They feel like that team that they broke all the way through, even though Cade is easily one of the best players in the Eastern Conference. They're now starting Duncan Robinson. I don't know. Their number, what did I put for their wins? I have them fourth at 46 wins. The number's 45.5. So I guess I'll stay with it. To me, this feels like the classic East over I take that I lose. Dave, what do you feel about the Pistons?
46 wins. What is that?
Oh,
is that
right with me?
Boys.
We're both half win overs. So what about you, John?
Uh-oh.
I also have 46 wins, so this is an exacta. And all of us, I think, wanted to be under.
57% of the listeners taking the over.
Do the listeners just take the over on everything? Is that what's happening here?
I can tell you. Happening. Usually overs are taking more. Unanimous over. I don't love our unanimous over on the Pistons and unanimous under on the Mavericks. That feels wrong.
Although this will get one of my favorite players in the league. I'll be rooting even harder for Beef Stew than I usually do. So
yeah, the Golden State Warriors number. I actually would love to know if this number has gone up. I have the Warriors at 46 wins, and apparently their over-under is 47.5. That feels very high.
Yeah,
for a very, very old team. So Dave and I, sounds like we're under. John, what do you feel about a 47.5 number?
I guess I'm over because I have them at 48.
All right. We'll take
you have them out of the play-in?
I think let me look real quick. I don't want to spoil anything, but 2, 3, 4. So I think I have them out of the play-in, yes.
I have them technically tied. I have two teams tied with 46 wins. So one's going to be the 6 seed and one's going to be the 7 seed. I can't foresee the tiebreaker right now.
I have me neither. I have 3 teams tied at 48 wins. So I'm kind of in a weird
So Warriors, that's a 2/3 under.
I think the Warriors are going to be really quite awesome.
I think they are. I worry about Steph missing 30 games. I worry about Jimmy Butler missing 30 games. And if either one of those things happens, I feel pretty good.
As long as they don't happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, they have better options at bigs, I feel now. And
yep.
Al
Horford is 39 years old.
70% of the listeners said under.
Like Quentin Post seemed playable last year, and now you'll have old man Al messing around over there too. I guess Looney is gone though. But maybe that's good.
Looney's on the Pelicans and he's injured.
Looney was only useful in the playoffs, it seemed, anyways.
Next up, the Houston Rockets. This number has not come down. I mean, maybe it was even higher at some point. The Houston Rockets, who are starting Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Kevin Durant, Steven Adams, and Alfred Şengün. Incredible stuff. I have them as, I docked them from my 3rd seed to the 4th seed based on the Fred VanVleet injury. I have them at 48 wins, which is a massive under. Right, John? Well, John, tell me what's your win total?
I'm still trying to process.
Yeah,
being so upset at losing Fred VanVleet that you forget they added Kevin Durant.
You got to have a dribbler. They also lost our boy Dylan Brooks.
Okay, now I understand what you've done.
Dorian Finney-Smith is now here but injured.
I have them winning 55 games because they're awesome and they added Kevin Durant.
They don't have that. I mean, they have some passing, like Steven Adams and Şengün are their best passers, I think. Amen Thompson's okay. Who else is better at passing than Şengün and Steven Adams on this team?
Kevin Durant.
I mean, he's willing, but he's not like a gifted. I don't know. I don't consider him to be like a playmaker with his passing. I don't know. I think
you remember Michael Jordan's Bulls?
The dribbling shoot.
John Paxson wasn't a great passer.
Yeah, John. If this team played in 1996, they'd win 76 games.
You'd be in.
No, this team would be amazing in 1996. I worry about the dribbling and the shooting.
Yeah, Kevin Durant hasn't played on a 50-win team since he left the Warriors.
Dude, what's Kevin Durant's performance against the over/under line over the years? That's the stat I need.
Stinky.
Dave,
I just don't believe.
I don't believe to 54 wins. Believe the West is going to be hard.
Yeah, I have them at 49 wins.
How many games did they win last year?
They won
less than
52.
This. Yeah,
they won 52.
Yeah, they had a breakout 52-win campaign.
And you guys think they'll be worse?
I think the West will be tougher.
I think they'll be better as a team, worse in the regular season.
Okay.
This team, they blew a lot of fourth quarter leads, and that won't happen as often this year because it won't be, a grenade to Fred VanVleet at the end of the shot clock.
Dylan.
But they don't have an offense, right? Like this is going to be, if Kevin Durant rolls his ankle and he's out 20,
Durant
games,
is now the offense.
Also, Dylan Brooks shot the ball great last year, and they won 52 games. Like, who's the random guy going to step up and shoot great? Maybe someone will do it. I just feel like that 54 is so high to me. The listeners emphatically are taking the under. So 82% under. That might be the strongest one we've had so far. All right.
I'm here for WNBA fans in the chat. Over.
There we go. We've got the Indiana Pacers, another black box team for me. Much because of the injury stuff. I have the Pacers in the fray of this I'll call it the morass, 37 to 39 win guys in the East. This like 7 through 11 in the conference, and the way I'm predicting them, I have them near the top of that though with 39 wins, which turns out is a over because Vegas has them tabbed at 37.5. John, you've raised your eyebrows. What are your thoughts?
I just thought I thought the line would be way different.
Yeah.
So I have 42 wins. So
way over for you. All right.
Yeah, I'm way over. I really wanted to be like super over, but TJ McConnell is hurt. And then here's the deal. Like I wanted to make an impassioned argument that was pro Nemhard and kind of like saying that Halliburton's play wasn't all that great in years past or in the regular season anyways, and that Miles Turner isn't as important as everyone thinks he is. However, I can't really make that argument when TJ McConnell's out, and then the replacements for Miles Turner are Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah.
Like I can't make those arguments. So but I still think like they have an impressive roster and the best coach, and they're in a conference that isn't very good. I don't think they're going to be. I don't think a team like this can afford to take a gap year.
No.
So I think they have to try to win despite this.
They did get their pick back days before Halliburton blew out his Achilles. So they do have the option of taking a gap year. And we have seen Carlisle tank. We have seen the Pacers just not play defense.
I did not know
they might bring Lance Stevenson back just again, like the fourth time, just to lose some games at the end. But also, I believe in the regular season, more Obi Toppin minutes is going to be a good thing for them.
Pascal Siakam still exists.
Pascal Siakam is going to be incredible.
It's really good. Yeah.
I got them at 40 wins. I think they're in the play-in mix.
Yeah.
I think the style that they play suits itself to winning games. They're smart, obviously well coached. I think Andrew Nembhard.
Remember, they won all those games last year when we were having those conversations about, well, not we, maybe you guys were. I don't know. I was listening to conversations about Halliburton, how rough his regular season was.
Yeah.
You know, like this is a stacked team to me.
He takes months off. Halliburton has had months off in his career where I guess it's been hamstring issues or whatever, but
yeah. Nembhard and Neesmith were the guys that flipped that team around when they came back last year in December, January.
I love them.
And those guys
unanimous over. Sorry.
Mathurin being healthy. Yeah, I have him over.
Okay. The listeners 64% under.
Although I was not 64% under 36.5.
Whoa.
Is it just 37 and a half? 37 and a half.
I don't want to call Tyrese Halliburton overrated.
That's insane.
I believe that he's being overrated here.
And I get it. I mean, that's the most impressive playoff performance of the modern era. I get it. But that's insane. Miles Turner, I guess, is gone too.
What was the number? They were down by 15 points in 37? Like 5 of their playoff wins. Which, I mean, it was that might not be I can't apologize for that next week when I figure out what the actual stat was. What I'm saying is, what if they were actually bad? Anyways,
okay, sure, yeah, okay. I did pick against them in every series again.
Los Angeles Clippers. They have a very old team that I like a lot on paper. Let's see, where's my win total for them? I put them at 47 wins. It turns out I'm a slight under.
You're an idiot.
Right now, their number is 40,
how many wins?
Right now, their win total number is 47.5.
Oh, that's shocking.
Shocking which way? John said I was an idiot, so he's taking the over.
I'm taking the over on that.
James Harden is the god of regular season basketball.
It's true.
Vegas is begging us to take them to the
also,
cleaners.
Doesn't this feel like, aren't we being set up to get just Kawhi Leonard?
Yes.
I hope so.
Right? Like, we are all kind of just saying, oh, the Clippers are toast. They're not going to do anything to them. And what if Kawhi is like legit healthy this year?
Did anyone else think the Clippers were like the second best team last year for most?
If they had beaten the Nuggets, who they pushed to 7 games, and they were an incredible play by Aaron Gordon away from winning, right? If they had beaten the Nuggets, I think that they could beat the Thunder, right? The matchup was really, really good for them.
Ballmer is a business basketball genius.
I'm not an unreasonable person. You've convinced me. Yeah. I've just given the Clippers one more win. I've subtracted from the Grizzlies. So
free money.
So I now have the Clippers at 48 wins. I'm in over. That makes us unanimous over on the Clippers. I mean, they did win 50 games last year.
Saving the planet, y'all.
They are another team that got bigger. Also, they got John Collins. They're going to play Zoo and Brook Lopez together at some point this year, maybe against the Rockets.
60% of the listeners took the over. All right.
Good on you, listeners.
Free
money. James Harden, 50 wins a year. Ease.
Their rivals in this city, the Lakers, also won 50 games last year. LeBron has sciatica.
Oh, yeah.
My sciatica is killing me.
LeBron needs to get on that Kawhi regimen of getting under the table payments, but also of resting a lot during the regular season and just being trying to get ready for.
We all need to get on the
playoffs.
Kawhi under table. Come on.
The Lakers. Let's see where I have them. Are you guys going to talk me into changing my Lakers pick?
Probably.
I have the Lakers at 47 wins. So I just nudged up the Clippers to 48. The Lakers at 47, which it turns out that's an over.
Wow.
But normally there's a Lakers tax, John, in the betting public. Yeah. The Lakers are 46.5 over under. Are we getting taken for a ride here? Are we the marks, John?
I thought I was going to be an under, but I took 48.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm also an over. But I'm fine with that because we haven't even said his name, but Luka Doncic is on the Lakers, and he is top 3 player in the league and is another 50-win machine. He'll probably eclipse my meager. I want to pick against the Lakers because I'm upset about what has happened.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad that we're all against the Mavs in our over-under. And I wish that I could take the under against the Lakers, but I still think Luka Doncic is just that good. And even though the rest of the team is ass and their coach is right now probably monologuing or dialoguing rather with ChatGPT into infinity as we speak, I want them to do poorly, but I don't think I think Doncic will run wild again.
Yeah, I like their depth actually. The pieces
really
the pieces don't really fit that well.
No defense.
But they have when Smart and LaRavia and Jared Vanderbilt are going to be
Smart
healthy.
Can't guard anybody. We know this.
He guard 3s and 4s. Have you seen the Western Conference?
Guards.
Who are the attacking guards anymore?
James Harden.
The Rockets are starting Jabari Smith, who can't dribble at the 2.
KD
and Amen Thompson, who
the
can't
Pelicans are starting Trey Murphy at the 2. I think DeMarcus will be fine. All right, let's take a break. We have a lot of teams left. We'll try to get a speed round to go. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, hit the Memphis Grizzlies and all the rest of the teams right after the short break. All right, it's been brought to my attention during the break that I did not ask Dave to weigh in on the Lakers. John and I both went over. It seemed like you were going that way, Dave. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, over.
That's a unanimous over 46.5 wins for the Luka Doncic Lakers. Our listeners, it's a tight one. 54% say over. That's a full bore unanimous right there. All right. We have breaking news. As we record right now, Grizzlies PR has just let us know that Ty Jerome is going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. The Grizzlies are now without Ty Jerome and Scottie Pippen Jr. and, of course, Zach Edey and Brandon Clark. Emergency injury exception time. We get to sign a new guy. What excitement. Anyways, John, how many games are the Grizzlies going to win? How many games are the Grizzlies going to win, John?
Can I change it right now?
Go ahead. I don't know if the sports books have taken this down off the Ty Jerome injury news. However, Ja Morant is going to play on Wednesday night, according to Tomas Isolo. So, John, how many games do your Memphis Grizzlies, we're in a Grizzlies sweater right now, how many games do they win?
I have at 42.
I love it. Good job, John. So optimistic. That's great. Dave, how many games do you think the Grizzlies are going to win?
I have 42.
All they do is wean.
I feel like if things went right for them, here's my mindset. If things went right for the Grizzlies, they would win between 42 and 45 games. It doesn't seem like anything's going right for the Grizzlies.
My talk about the early season stretch being very easy doesn't feel so easy without Ty Jerome.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that easy, really. No, I mean, behind Ja Morant now is Javon Small.
Oh, my God.
Who might have hit 9 of 11 threes in his final 2 preseason games.
It still looked bad.
That stat brought to you by Grits and Grinds, a Memphis Grizzlies podcast. Yeah, this team is falling apart. And when they traded Desmond Bane, I kind of feel like they were giving themselves permission to entertain fantasies of tanking. Like they're
now
not.
You have my permission to die.
They're not going to tank, but it was like a soft. Well, if things go poorly, it would be the prudent thing to do. So I wish they would win.
I was
41.
I was with you.
Yeah.
I thought it was a soft tank as well until I saw Jaren playing suddenly. And then I was like, well, if this is a soft tank season, why would this be happening? Do you know what I
mean? Why would they rush the guy back from injury, hoping he get hurt more? No, I kid. I don't know. Like, I don't trust the talent level on this team right now. I think I did. You guys bullied me, and I had to give the Clippers an extra win, and I subtracted it from the Grizzlies, and that took them from 39 to 38. So I have them at 38 wins right now. I am not filled with the enthusiasm that like KCP is going to have a bounce back season or anything. I can't get behind.
What's the number?
The number. Oh, the number. The important number. The number we're going with is 40.5, although I'm seeing now they're at 39.5 almost everywhere. So 40.5, I'm taking it under. You guys are just going with the over, kind of a healthy over. I mean, a game and a half over. I have the Grizzlies as the, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have the Grizzlies as the 10th team in the West. I was going to be so down on the Spurs, but now I have the Grizzlies beneath the Spurs, and it makes me sad.
Look, man, I'm retired. I watch Grizzlies games and Thursday night basketball. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm going to watch 50 losses or whatever you're implying.
I already had what night? What channel is it on Thursday nights? By the way,
no one knows.
You telling me that you watch on Thursday nights? I went through this today. I was like, hey, crap! What channel do I have to watch tomorrow?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday, so
I don't.
Not Peacock, I think.
I'm super worried.
So get this: the Patreon supporters they're not a majority Grizzlies fans, but it's easily the largest segment. The largest group is Grizzlies fans. They're 50-50. We have a perfect split on the over-under. So I don't know what to make of it. I mean, I hate to be the one guy going under if everyone else is going over, but what I keep coming back to are no Scottie Pippen for 40 games, no Zach Edey for 25 games, so Ty Jerome for hopefully like 15, 16 games. I'm just kind of worried they're not going to be good at offense or defense. So I don't know, where does the team that's not good at offense or defense land you?
Usually not. You don't win a lot of games.
Not 42 wins. I mean, yeah, they were good at defense last year until they weren't, and they just stopped and they fell off a cliff. And now I feel like they have worse defenders this year. They have a new coach. I mean, maybe we'll see what happens. His plans to play really hard. I heard that. I also heard that JJ Redick has a thing where his thing is to play harder than the opponent. Are all teams doing this?
The Euro style. It's the Euro trash approach.
So anyways, our listeners, the listeners split 50-50, and that's with a lot of Grizzlies fans voting.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of panic setting in due to preseason performance and injuries to relatively minor players. And I'm hopeful that won't have as great an impact as it seems.
You said relatively minor players. 4 of the Grizzlies' 9 best players are going to be
sadly relatively minor.
Right. Guys who would not play if they were on the other good teams.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys who Sam Merrill was picked over. I cannot get listen, I'm hosting a watch party on Wednesday. come hang out with me and watch the Grizzlies. Hopefully John's going to be there. But like,
Look,
there's no, I don't think this team.
I'm more interested. I'm more interested in what Dave has to say than I am.
He had 42 wins. He's an over
42.
I know. I also 42. But when
you guys are both
confronted,
with
the grim reality.
I mean, it could be way worse.
I'm
just giving them 42 because if Ja and Jaren play, they have enough talent for that.
I hope so.
Prepared to make impassioned Ty Jerome arguments.
Yeah.
And I suddenly am no longer allowed to do that.
Okay. See, and I've been going the opposite way on Ty Jerome. I've been the guy saying, like, all right, he did it one time, guys.
Yeah.
Slow down.
He's never been healthy.
Great team.
Last year was his healthy year.
And he was on the best team in the East.
Yep. All right.
I mean,
next
it's
up.
It's wafer thin.
Next
let's
up,
do the Jaren Jackson Jr. Ja are good enough.
The Miami Heat. The Miami Heat. They're over under. They're in the morass. Their over under is 37.5. I have the Heat. I have them at 37. So I guess the slightest of overs. This is another team. I think the Grizzlies are better than the Heat. How's that? Like if the Grizzlies could switch conferences, they'd win 42 games easy.
Right.
All right. So yeah, I got them at 37, which unfortunately puts me at an over. Dave, where are you on the Heat?
Wait, that's an over?
Yeah, they're 36.5.
Wow, that's really low. It's lower than I thought it would be.
I got a 30.
37. Wait.
We are in unanimity.
Wait, I have misspoken.
I feel like Keith said it wrong. Yeah.
I have misspoken. The Heat's number is 37.5. I picked him for 37 wins. So now, just like that, I'm an under, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
And Dave,
I'm
where are you
also,
at?
I guess, an under. I got him at 37.
All right.
I'm at 39.
All right. There you go.
If the Heat win 37 games, is that the worst record of Spo's career?
They won 37 last season.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like didn't they have another bad one too?
And last year that was with like Jimmy Butler actively sabotaging them.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel okay about 39.
Yeah, Spo's normally,
I mean, Spo always wins 40 games.
Yeah.
Except for last year.
But that was like there was a fox in the hen house.
He had another 39 win year. A 37 back in there. Yeah. I'm okay, I guess, being a slight under. I don't feel confident about it since I was right on that number. The listeners, we have another tie. So back-to-back ties after no ties to the first few teams. All right, Milwaukee.
No Ty Jerome.
No Ty Jerome. The Milwaukee Bucks. I feel a little bit bullish on the Bucks because Giannis is so good, and I think they'll have enough guys. I am very aware of the fact that beyond Giannis, it looks like an expansion team, and that doesn't fill me with a ton of confidence. I do have the Bucks as my 6th seed, right behind the Hawks at 44 wins, which turns out is a narrow under. 44.5 is the number. Dave, are you over or under 44.5 wins for the Bucks?
I'm under. I got 44, and it could be way under. But I don't think there's any path to being over.
Yeah.
I'm also under at 42 wins. I will freely admit that the Bucks are my least favorite team to watch besides a team we'll get to later. So I feel like I don't know what's going on with the Bucks. I know that I shouldn't be sad about like Brook Lopez being gone, but I feel like the Bucks are sad about Brook Lopez being gone.
Yep.
I know they got Miles Turner, which in theory is an upgrade, but I'm not certain is an upgrade. So I don't know. The fact that they added this former DPOY that we are dinging the Pacers for losing so heavily alongside, of course, an even greater loss does feel like a bit of doublespeak, but I can't get excited for this team. and I can't give them wins. But
they have no creation, and we know who their coach is.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Where is the offense coming from?
I am going to be watching a lot of the Milwaukee Bucks because I auto drafted Kevin Porter Jr. Next,
who had a great end of the year.
The listeners, 57% taking the under. We're unanimous. Next up, the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves had a run to the conference finals again. I have them as my third seed now that I have downgraded the Rockets, but only at 49 wins, which is an under because Vegas has them at 50.5. John, what's your win projection for the Timberwolves?
I thought I would be near the over-under. I had them at 48, so I guess I'm also an under.
You're also an under. Dave, what about you?
I'm now going to have to make up a reason for the slot.
51's a lot of wins is what I'm going with.
Yeah,
I got them at 53 wins.
Oh, wow. All right.
It's over.
I mean, I'm looking at the wrong year. I just looked at the 2019-2020 season come up.
Joe Fuchs.
That's not helping at all.
I think the Wolves, I kind of figured out, who they were with this new version late in the year. You know, they weren't able to bank any early wins. They just knew it. I think there's some cheaper earlier wins.
Yep.
That they were weird, man. They would go night in, night out. You never knew what you were going to get, you know?
Yeah.
And I think
if Anthony Edwards is the best shooter in the world, then I've made a very grievous error. I'm hopeful not only for my pick, but also because I hate the Wolves that he's not, and then he comes back down to earth and they win a few less games.
Rudy Gobert looks slightly cooked. I don't know if that's just a preseason taking it easy.
Could be.
A veteran taking it easy, rounding into the preseason. Mike Conley, of course, a year older, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker gone. You make a good point, Dave. They rounded into shape last year after finishing as the 6th seed, winning 49 games. I still don't feel confident enough to take him at 51. So, Dave, you're in over, and John and I both unders. The listeners over 61% over. We also have a nice little Timberwolves community.
That one feels wrong. I feel wrong.
The New York Knicks. So I have them as a comfortable 2 seed. I put them at 52 wins. The Vegas line is 52.5. I'll go ahead and tell you our listeners are emphatic on this one. 86% going one of the ways. John, which way are you going?
I have the Knicks with 56 wins.
There you go. Comfortable over for you as the Mike Brown era kicks off there. Dave.
Going 58 wins, 1 seed. I think the Knicks will rack up wins.
Yeah.
They are a really nasty regular season team, it seems to me. And honestly, I think kind of victim of a miracle run. I think they could threaten to take it all in the East. And it has nothing to do with Mike Brown, of course.
Yeah.
It's a good team. And Cat will probably play better without Tibbs, honestly, I think.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't feel like I should be carried away. I shouldn't let y'all convince me twice. So I won't go unanimous on the Knicks. I'll stick with my slight under. The listeners, massive.
What was the line again?
Overs.
52?
52.5.
I mean, that is massive.
Yeah. So I'm sticking with my 52 win projection. It should be easy for, but also
how daring.
If they might have the option of resting everybody for weeks. Like, I don't know how the East is going to shake out where some of these teams, we think the Bulls are going to pick up a lot of easy wins because everyone's quit trying. The East could be done. I mean, 9 of the teams could be done in the East like weeks and weeks early with only a few play-in spots or seeding spots in the play-in to fight for. Anyways, that's what's make this a difficult exercise. Next up, how high are you guys going to go on the Thunder? Dave, what's your win total for the Thunder?
70 wins.
Are you going 70?
Man, I think that they've got so many guys that need to play that are good, and they weren't even really healthy last year. I think 70 wins. Why not? They're young. Jalen Williams probably has another leap in him. Yeah, let's do it. 70 wins.
John, how many wins?
70. I also have 70. The two great white dorks didn't even play last year, and
Homer missed a ton of games.
They are. If I'm not going to take a chance, it's not even really a chance on the team with the greatest point differential in NBA history. What am I? I mean, right. What other team am I supposed to pick for 70?
So, I never take the high over under numbers. Usually, I just middle everything. I make it a bit of clump when I do my win projection. I thought I might come up with a number that would beat their over under. It was 62, and it was not. It was not high enough. Their over under is 62.5. That's so many wins. They don't need that many wins. They probably only need 59 wins to get the one seed.
We've been over this.
They only need 55 wins.
There are always teams that win tons of games.
It's true. I'm not going to.
There are never seasons where everyone wins 54 games. It doesn't happen. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, last year, one team in the West won more than 52. So it's not, they're normally clumped. Normally everybody's clumped.
One team did it. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, this Thunder team's going to be incredible.
Not the Thunder, who is it going to be?
Listen, when Shea just decides to not play for 30 games, I'm going to feel good about my under pick. I got my 62 wins. I'll take the slide under. What do the listeners think, that high over under? There's 60-40. 60-40 taking the over. They are a historically good team. All right. Wait, did I skip? Yeah, I did skip the Pelicans. Nice. That's a couple of teams ago. The New Orleans Pelicans. I don't know what to do.
Skip.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with the Pelicans team. I gave him 31 wins out of confusion.
I have him at 30.
Dave, you got him at 30. John, where are you at with the Pelicans?
So I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
The Pelicans were the team where I made their win total, and then when the numbers didn't work,
right,
I just started messing with.
Yeah, they all have to add up to 1,230. 1,230 wins available.
I just started messing with the Pelicans numbers up and down, almost arbitrary, and I landed on 34.
There you go. So
I don't know why or how. The Pelicans have a lot of players that I enjoy, but they've slowly chipped away at my favorite of those players. I expect them to soon siphon off Alvarado and anyone else joyful that they have on the roster. And it doesn't matter how much Mongiorno or Ozempic Zion takes. I'm not going to be able to get fully behind this squad. Yeah, but they will continue to beat the ass off of the Grizzlies.
That doesn't happen anymore. The Grizzlies now have them.
That's true.
The over-under number is 31.5. So Dave and I barely under. John, you're and over. The listeners are 60% over. Now, let's see if I'm doing this now alphabetically correct. Now I don't want to miss any team. We did the Knicks. Okay. We did the Thunder. Now the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic, everyone's pick basically to finish third in the East, unless you think they can pass the Knicks or unless you think the Pistons can finish up there, but everyone thinks they're going to be near the top of the East. I am not as enthusiastic as this Vegas number is. John, you want to guess the number?
Scorned Grizz fans. Do I want to guess the number? Dude,
I'm. What do you think the Vegas over under is?
I think the over under. I think this is going to be like dramatically, embarrassingly high, and wrong. So I'm going to say 50.5.
Yeah, it's 51.5.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I mean, Terrell Suggs. He's
out. Yeah. Terrell Suggs is dead.
Terrell Suggs is not around for the NBA.
Wait a minute. No, that's John Jones' brother is dead. Sorry.
Jalen Suggs is hurt. I like their depth, But like 52 wins, it feels more probable to me. No, they win 50 games or 49 games or 48 games. So I'm going to take an under just on the 52 being high. This again is, I always do it. John, you always feel like I should plant my flag more on teams winning more games, but that's too many. That's too many. I don't, even if the East absolutely stinks, I don't know. I'm going to stick with, I think I wrote him in at 49. 49 is a nice season. That's going to get you the 3 seed, I think, in the East. So yeah, I'm under that 51.5.
I got him at 47, so I'm under.
It's way under.
Dave. Oh, Dave. I mean, I'm so upset that I don't have the lowest number.
I just think you're going to have to score.
And they don't play offense.
We will find out just how little offense they run.
Desmond Bane was getting no open shots in the preseason. Like, he never gets the ball. I mean,
the only guy that can shoot.
It's not going to matter. Probably not going to matter. But all right. So, John,
Desmond Bane benefited a lot from who he played with and being wide open.
No question.
He's also a sloppy nightmare to watch on offense sometimes, which adds to their further chaos of unwatchable offense.
Yeah.
I'm very bitter that we traded him anyways, regardless. I wish I said a lower number than Dave, but I also have the under at 49. Least favorite team in the NBA now. And I hate watching them. Hated watching them before. Now it's a passion.
Unanimous under. I'm going to be cheering for the Magic. I'm looking forward to watching them this year. I'm cheering for Desmond Bane. But that's a unanimous under from us. The listeners, very close vote. 52% took the under. It's a unanimous. All right.
Dave, I've only one NBA Finals I never saw a minute of was the Marc Gasol winning it with the Raptors. I'm sticking to my guns.
We were different there, John. I enjoyed it. Cathartic pleasure. Loved it. Stolen valor. Yes. My next team, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Difficult.
Very difficult. They're one of the black box teams. Who knows what you're going to get from Embiid? Who knows what you're going to get from Paul George? Already injury issues with Jared McCain. You have rookies, VJ Edgecombe, maybe going to make a big impact.
Maybe starts.
I cannot get behind the enthusiasm that this Vegas number reflects. I don't know what to do with them. Obviously, they could win between 20 and 50 games. Like, fine. Right now, I just decided to predict them to end up in the play-in with 37 wins, which is a massive under. Massive under. They have a total right now of 43.5, which obviously reflects that Embiid's going to play 50 games and Paul George is going to be pretty good. That feels unlikely. How would you guys predict? Will the Sixers win 44 or more games?
No.
Okay. Under for Dave.
No, I got him under 38.
Yeah.
I thought I was setting up for a big over.
Yeah.
And I only had the balls to take 43. And I thought I was going to be 4 or 5 games over.
That's amazing.
So I'm still under.
No, you're still under.
I'm still under.
You're still barely under.
Wow.
The listeners are also under. Feel free to prove us wrong.
That has to be some insane East Coast bias.
Daryl Morey. The Phoenix Suns, guys, you need to know, everyone listening needs to know, John texted me. Was it yesterday? You said something like you saw the Suns line. Yeah, a few days ago. And you were like, I am so excited to hear how optimistic you're going to be about the Suns over.
I don't even know the Suns line, and I just know you're going to be smashing it.
Well, all right, first of all, how many wins do you think the Suns are going to have?
I have them at 32.
Okay. Dave, how many wins do you think the Suns are going to have? The Suns were
35.
horrible last year.
Yes.
And got rid of Kevin Durant. They traded Kevin Durant for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. Not the most popular basketball players, those two. Not universally beloved.
However, Dylan Brooks, a majestic innings eater. A majestic regular season player.
The man shows up with his lunch pail every day and just goes to work.
It's true. And Al.
Oh man. Dylan's gonna score this year too, I think. The Suns won 36 games last year. John, you picked him at 32.
Yes.
A little bit carried away with my Dylan Brooks fever.
I predict you have them at 41.
I picked him to win 37. I am 7 games over. Their over-under is 30.5. They don't have their pick.
Yeah, that's
their pick either goes to the Wizards or the Grizzlies.
Dude, that is the power of Dylan Brooks' hatred.
They don't have their pick. They have Devin Booker.
Yeah.
They're not going to win 31 games. I don't gamble much anymore.
Time to get started.
But I put some money on this one. This is what I put money on. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm taking it over. And unless you guys are changing your numbers, we're unanimous over on this one.
Dave, what did you take?
35 wins. So over.
Yeah. I mean, 30.5. They don't have their pick.
I want to juice it up. I know.
This is confusing to me. I mean, honestly, I feel like Ryan Dunn, Iguodaro are fine-ish. When Mark Williams plays, he'll be fine. Nick Richards is... What'd you say, John? Say it again.
Done. Silence. I think Mark Williams is the worst big in the league. He has the most deleterious effect.
I do like that the Hornets were desperately trying to get rid of him.
He could score 40 points in a game and you will lose horribly. I just hate players like that. I hate players like Mark Williams.
Are you describing Devin Booker?
Oh,
we'll see. I got a shot in. All right.
Let me ask you a question, guys. How do they get better during the season? Like, what do they have any move?
Well, they're
that's cruel.
They're going to shed salary. I think Grayson Allen is going to be better this year. He didn't have the best year last year. I think more Grayson Allen minutes is going to pick up for just losing Bradley Beal. I don't think I don't know.
He's starting for him right now.
I'm not sure who's actually going to start. I assume Jalen Green. He hasn't been healthy this preseason.
He's out. Yeah.
I mean, they are depending a lot on Colin Gillespie, but he's looked.
These players are disgusting. Spry.
I think Monte Morris. No, Jared Butler breakout. That's the one. Monte Morris breakout was last year. We're going for the Jared Butler breakout this year. I'm just saying 31 and 51 is doable. 31 and 51 is doable.
Dylan eats other bad teams alive.
The Trailblazers have so many guys I like. I love watching this collection of players together. I feel like their fan base's enthusiasm is really high right now. I think they're a promising young squad. They've obviously locked down Kamara and Shaden Sharp. They have a very low over-under. They played 500 basketball basically the final 4 months of the season last year. And now I think they have a lot more optimism. I think Drew Holiday's going to bring some stuff. Shaden Sharp, they're expecting this breakout. Year 2, Donovan Clingan. There's a lot to be excited about. I wrestled with who to put higher, my Suns, my Kings, or my Trailblazers. So I wasn't sure. And I eventually took a number for the Trailblazers that I thought would make people angry who supported the Trailblazers. The number I took was 34 wins. I'm like, maybe they haven't clearly taken a step forward. And also part of this was me saying there are 10 teams I feel pretty good about. And then there's still the Suns and Kings I think are going to be competitive. Maybe they did rack up wins against teams that weren't trying last year. My horribly low 34 wins is an over because Vegas has them at 33.5 wins. Wow. So with all of that long preamble, Dave, how do you feel about that 33.5 win projection?
I guess I'm over. I went with 35 wins. I'm like you. Okay. Every time someone's like, "Oh, I really like Portland," it's like, "Yeah, I like them too." They're just not going to win. They're not good.
Yeah.
But I thought that they were maybe a little bit better than this.
Yep. John, what do you think?
Keith, I've saved you. I've delivered you from evil because I did that number. I'm surprised by that number, and it makes me the bad guy because I have them at 33 wins.
Yep.
And before everyone murders me, I'm also kind of excited about the Blazers. However, I don't think it's this year. I have a triumvirate of factors.
Yep.
Like you said, their record was really good in the second half of the season, but it was really, really good at the end of the season when no one gives a damn.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, they won every close game. They had it was like insane numbers in their close games, and then I just think there will be growing pains. I think maybe the vote of confidence, even though I think Chauncey overachieved, I think the vote of confidence in Chauncey might be the wrong move. And then furthermore, like as good as they are on defense potentially, I don't really see any threats on offense. So I think in the West, you're going to have to be able to put up points to win.
Just want to go over.
So I'm under, I guess. Which,
you're under. So you have Jeremy Grant's coming off the bench for this team because they got Kamara and Denny Abdia on the wing. Where would you put Jeremy Grant on the Grizzlies depth chart? A Grizzlies team that you've predicted will win 10 more games than the Trailblazers.
This is not fun anymore. Right below Ty Jerome.
Where would you put? I think Jeremy Grant would comfortably be the third best player on the Grizzlies, but you think the Grizzlies are going to win 42 games and the Trailblazers are going to win 32 games.
Well, certainly the Grizzlies' two best players are
superior. Ideally, yes. There's no Jaren Jackson Jr. on the Trailblazers. That is of course the right answer. Yeah,
and you're forgetting about the poo-poo platter Mongolian beef coming back in November, and that's when the Grizzlies train starts rolling again.
I mean, is Zach Edey better than Donovan Clingan? Spike. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Yes. Just a little thought process I was going through. I guess I value depth a pretty good amount, and I do like a lot of the guys that the Trailblazers have. We'll see. But again, I thought I was low on them. Only got to get to 34 wins.
I saved you.
You did save me. All right.
Draw the ire and descend back into the shadows.
The listeners are taking the over on the Trailblazers, 61%. The Kings.
Noted. I do think the Blazers will win more games than the Suns by one.
All right. The Kings. Not a lot of enthusiasm around this team.
Jesus.
They have no power forwards unless you count Russell Westbrook or DeMar DeRozan. By the way, I do count them. I'm excited about Russell Westbrook starting at the 4. He's going to get
played the 4 forever.
Russell Westbrook is going to have, can I bet on this FanDuel? Russell Westbrook to have more than 2 20 rebound games this year. So I think he's going to do it. I mean, give me some good odds. I'm looking for like a plus 2,000 or something, but I think he's going to be a menace. I do think it's bad for every fantasy basketball player on the Kings. Like Russell Westbrook being there is bad for Sabonis, bad for Zach LaVine,
yes, and
bad for DeMar DeRozan. And I'm not just telling myself that because I missed my fantasy draft where I would have gotten DeMar DeRozan like I do every year. This is, they're a weird team that's going to try hard, and they're not bereft of talent. They're just not a high end team. So it's kind of rough. That being said, I believe, unfortunately, I've given myself what looks to be an over as I have picked the Kings for 35 wins. I believe in the power of Westbrook. The over-under number is 34.5. And I feel the momentum of everyone. I'm just fading the public. The public is betting this under here. I feel good about fading the public. John, what's your Kings number?
27.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's amazing.
That's really low.
I'm one of the all-time Zach LaVine haters. Here he's come home to roost.
So a massive under for you on the Kings. Dave, where do you fall?
4 wins. 30.
Did you say 34? Got a little choppy there.
34.
Yeah, he did.
34 wins.
Because I thought you might have said 4. I thought I heard 4 wins.
That might be the number of trades they make at the deadline.
Who are they going to even get?
I think it feels like Kuminga is
they're still
right.
They
Bring
thirst,
Kuminga
they
to town.
thirst
Get
for
worse.
Kuminga.
Addition by subtraction.
They could have had him.
Subtraction
The
by
Warriors
addition.
didn't want Monk.
Yep.
Wow.
So 34.
Let that sink in. And
So
the Warriors are right.
The Kings have a higher over under number than the Trailblazers. Is that right? I'm just saying the Kings are 34 and a half.
That's what I meant to say when I said that. That's what I meant to say when I was talking about having more wins.
Yeah.
Because I think the Blazers will be better than the Kings.
71% of the listeners said under on the Kings. We got a few teams left.
Even from beyond a roster construction standpoint, where is the hope? Where is the hope?
Very little hope
for this franchise.
Devin Carter's hairline. No, I don't know. There's no hope. The San Antonio Spurs. I gave the Spurs 42 wins. No, I gave them 40 wins. It turns out I'm a healthy under.
Jeez.
They are 40.
So.
They are 43.5 is the number. So
I thought they were going to be higher on the over under.
I gave them 43.
Ooh, a mild under.
Sorry, boys. I'm breaking up the party. I've got them at 45.
All right.
Wow.
The Spurs, one of the teams I won actual money on last year. Their number last year was like 39 and a half. And yes,
I guess it helped that they got
Wemby
a blood
had played,
condition.
Yeah. It probably
take your victory lap over the blood condition.
I mean, is betting against the availability of a 7'6" human we've never seen before? Is that wrong?
Where do I go get my prop bets for getting Wemby getting Lou Gehrig's disease?
All right. So yeah, I mean, Wemby also. To me, it falls under I have the Spurs as like the 9th or 10th best team in the West. And that's just, I think it's gonna be tough. I mean, maybe Wemby takes that another leap. I don't like a supporting cast very much at all. Maybe some of those guys pop. Maybe Dylan Harper is good. Maybe Steph Castle makes another jump forward year 2. But like, I don't adore the players that he's around. So I don't know. I'm not a big believer. But we have 2/3 under, and then a very split 57% over among the listeners. The Raptors, this is the Morass team. The over-under number is 37 and a half. John, what's your win total for the Raptors?
30 half?
37 and a half.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
I was certain I was getting an over by taking 36, and I'm under.
They have a lot of medium talent, and maybe that's enough to get them more wins than this. I put them at 37. One of the 4 teams in the East, I put at 37 wins, so that's an under, I guess. So yeah. I mean, I'll just bet on under. What about you, Dave?
I'm at 38 wins.
So you're a mild over.
Saving us from certain doom. I think the Raptors are probably good enough to be in the 35-40 win range. So
they got to try to win at some point.
Yeah.
It feels like this is probably the year they got to at least make the play. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta like,
it kind of feels very, part of me could definitely envision them just being 42 and 40, no problem.
Yeah.
And just cause like, I don't think highly of anyone else in the East, basically. But for whatever reason, when I was filling my form out, I went with 37. So not believing in the Brandon Ingram edition. I
thought Ingram looked pretty awesome.
They could wind up having a pretty decent defense, right? Which is going to keep them in a lot of games. I just worry, like, where's the offense come from? You know?
All right. So very excitedly, the last 2 teams we get to do are the Wizards and the Jazz. Which team, John, which team do you think has the higher over-under? Wizards or Jazz?
Do I think has the higher over-under? I think the Wizards have the higher over-under.
Yep, you're right. Good job. What number do you think that is?
17.5.
Not quite. The Wizards number is 20.5. That is putting respect on Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum, I think. I don't know what it is. The Wizards number is 20.5. The Jazz number is 18.5.
Oh my God.
18.5.
Well, I'm under on both.
It's hilarious.
I'm under on both.
They played 500 ball last year when Chris Middleton played. I don't know if that's anything to take away. I think I'm going over. That number is so low. I mean, I know the Jazz won 17 last year. They're worse, man. Are they ever going to try? The Wizards won 18 last year. Also worth knowing.
Gross.
I think the Wizards, I guess I'm going to go Wizards over. I'm going over on both. Let's see what I wrote down on my sheet.
I got Wizards with 19 wins.
Yeah.
And I got the Jazz with 16 wins. So I think I'm under on both.
I think 16 is going to be an under. All right, hang on. So you guys are both under. I'm over on both. I have
them combining for 30 wins.
I think
that's all I'm going to say.
I think because the East is so bad that the Wizards are going to get some wins, just some combination of they have some.
You just love Bub Carrington's game.
I mean, actually, I am not a huge Bub guy. I like Koulibaly all right. I'm a huge Champagny man. I think he's really good. But like CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton, before they get traded or bought out, I mean, they're going to rest them liberally. Like they're not going to play every night.
Jaeger Blue Jeans.
I think. I mean, Trey Johnson might be kind of good. They have Cam Whitmore to put the ball in the bucket. I don't know. There's just a lot of guys on the Wizards where it's like they're kind of fun. Like, I mean, Alex Sarr might be all right this year. Wasn't all right last year.
That's so.
I'm just thinking they're going to accidentally get to their over, and they're not going to need to tank as hard as they think they need to. But all right, so we're 2/3 under on both of those. The listeners, 68% taking the over on the Jazz. And then 57%. 19 wins is so low. But then
these teams tank, man.
What if Ace Bailey's good? What if
he's not? He's 18 and bad.
What if Larry Markkinen gets to play? I don't.
He's going to play for someone else.
They have Kyle Anderson. I mean, Kyle Anderson's not going to win 18 games. Kevin Love? No. 57% of the listeners took the under.
I thought Kevin Love peddled pot products.
The Wizards. All right. To recap, and I'm going to do this by conference. We were 2/3 over on the Hawks, 2/3 over on the Celtics, unanimous under on the Nets, 2/3 under on the Hornets, 2/3 over on the Bulls, 2/3 under on the Cavaliers, unanimous over Pistons, unanimous over Pacers, 2/3 under on the Heat, unanimous under on the Bucks, 2/3 over on the Knicks, unanimous under on the Magic, unanimous under on the Sixers, 2/3 under on the Raptors, 2/3 under on the Wizards. For the Western Conference, we are unanimous unders on the Mavericks. Take that, Cooper Flag. We are 2/3 over on the Nuggets, 2/3 under on the Warriors, 2/3 under on the Rockets, unanimous over on the Clippers, unanimous over on the Lakers. We're such casuals. 2/3 overs on the Grizzlies, 2/3 under on the Timberwolves, 2/3 under on the Pelicans, 2/3 over on the Thunder, unanimous over on Dylan Brooks and the Phoenix Suns, 2/3 over on the Trailblazers, 2/3 under on the Kings, 2/3 under on the Spurs, 2/3 under on the Jazz. This has been a 2-hour episode of Fast Break Breakfast. When I edit out all the silence and coughing, who knows how long it'll be. Anyways, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks John and Dave for your time and for your contributions. I had an awards segment queued up. I'll save that for next week.
This was a traumatic episode. That Grizzlies segment I may never recover from, to be frank.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Put my Hawks gear back on.
Thanks everybody for listening for this exciting season 12, the final season of Fast Break Breakfast. If anyone listened to this point, let me know. Anyways, you guys are great. Thanks for listening. And remember, breakfast is the most important thing.
never apologize for being G&G. Fastbreak break, man. You understand?
I will remember